Okay, we're going to be here live for the second half of Erie Seattle. It's do or die for Erie. They're 7-7. Win this game, they're in. Lose, they're out. We've got it. Pick it up 12-18 left third quarter. Erie down a touchdown. And they have a 3rd and 1. Flat pass. Carson going to get 8 first down. Now, I am in the middle of doing some barbecue smoker work here, so I'm going to be bouncing in and out while I set that up for the overnight. So I'll just be stepping away often. I'll let you know when I do. Off tackle, gets a nice chunk, 7 yards. Looks like everything's working. StreamYard changed stuff around recently and took away, I think, a lot of our ability to do graphics without paying money, which is no fun. But and other things may have changed too, which always makes me kind of skeptical that it's running right. Hopefully it is. Check again. Looks good. Driving now into Seattle territory. Short pass. Carson, opportunity here, but no. 2nd and 10. Carson, a dangerous receiver. Get it in his hands. It can go a long way. Carlos Carson. As you can see. It's 2nd and 10. Pro set. It's wild in its ring. Ring he likes to do with it. Let's end run with ring when he can. Brings him in for that purpose. See a flat pass. Carlos Carson going to get 8 more. 3rd and 2. As you saw the linebacker move up to the end run zone, I think, or was it who it was, but somebody moved up. And now it's a 3rd and 2. It's Craig and Wilder. Both Wilder and Craig can fumble. Anderson can throw picks. That's kind of been what's held Erie back. The offense just a little bit behind. Off tackle. Guess wrong. Craig can't make the block, but it's good enough for the first down anyway to the 29. 1st and 10. Yard pickup. 2nd and 2. I'll be right back. All right. Craig runs for 5. One here. Second and 11. Tackle ring, it's guessed wrong. Gets a short gain down to the 4. First and goal. Going to Craig, nose tackle is a 6. Makes the play. Second and goal from the 5. 6 minutes left third quarter. Short pass, Craig. Lots of blitzers coming. They don't get their touchdown. 54% shot. Hits a 95 on the sack die. Goes to Kenny Anderson's card. He makes the completion to Craig. And Norm Johnson, perhaps the best kicker in the league, right up there, knocks it in. And we are tied at 17. That Seattle pick was early for kickers and punters to get Johnson, and Johnson has paid off. You pay the price with a pretty bad punter. He's a good punt return card, but bad punter. But I think overall it's worked out for Erie, who has used Johnson pretty extensively all year. Now we're tied at 17, 5 minutes left here in the third. First look at Seattle's offense today. Tony Eason, the quarterback. Biner, good back. And then Abercrombie. Seattle among the league leaders in running percentage with this group. Don't have all my stats in front of me, but I trust that he's getting a pretty good guessed wrong percentage running. Long pass to Abercrombie, it's picked. That average pass D makes it 2 through 5, 11, 12 pick on the 5. From the 45, the return. It was just 4 yards. And now Erie set up to take the lead here. They're at midfield, 4:12 left, third quarter. Need a couple first downs. Don't need much for Johnson, but you need at least a couple. It's a pro set. Johnson might be good for 1984, but he's not good for 2024. And look at that. Snake eyes. Injury roll. Gets 14 yards up to the 37. And into Johnson range. Barely. Right on the fringe. Off tackle guess right to Wilder. Just gets 2. You see the 45 come up on the fumble roll versus the 44. Oh, wobbly. It was getting knocked loose, but he holds on. 2nd and 8. Off tackle back to Wilder, man in zone. Blocking back is Roger Craig, who Craig usually a pretty good blocker through the years, but can't make that block even on the 4. Makes it 3rd and 9 from the 36. It's a little bit of a shaky situation for Norm out here. He's got some variable risk, I assume. Gotta fear the variable. You should take a look at Norm from 37. He's just 2 through 4. So not going to really line up and kick this unless he can get up to the 32 at least. So 4 yards out from that. Craig is in. Interesting. It's a look-in pass. 4 is there. Gets 4 yards to the 32. Hits that mark. Has some real variable risk here for Norm Johnson. Even a little bit of ad brings him down to 2 through 4. The kick is good. The variable brought it in a yard. And he gets a 9 roll and nails it. And Erie takes the lead 20-17. Right back, stepping away. And we have another interception and a touchdown. Oh my, we step away for a moment. It's another pick from Eason. And Erie has stormed back since we started the broadcast here. Down 7, now about to go up 10. Norm Johnson on for the extra point. Seattle, I believe, is already in the playoffs. There they are, 8 wins for Seattle. Last we knew anyway. I didn't do a download today, so it might be a little bit more updated than that. But less is on the line for Seattle. Everything's on the line for Erie here. And now, all of a sudden, Seattle's got to dig out from an even larger deficit. Tough to do with these offenses. Unless you have one of those key quarterbacks, it's not easy. But 10 points is just 10 points. Here's a draw to Biner. He's going to get 4. 2nd and 6. Back to the running game. Abercrombie's going to pick up 18 with the boxes. 1st and 10 up to the 42. Stays in pro set. 3-4. Again, I think we have a run is good and passes average. Incomplete on Jackson's card. Look at these. Erie, yep, good average. Seattle is good. Strong offensive line. The Miami offensive line, 1st round pick for the Seattle squad. Short pass, Jackson. He's doubled up on this 2nd and 10. Find another pick? No. Incomplete. Missed the sack. Would have been complete if not double teamed. Nope. Would have been incomplete. Excuse me. Yes, right. Only wrong would have been complete. So 3rd and 10. Stays in the pro set here in the 4th quarter. It's close. Might see 2 down territory here for Seattle. Short pass, Newsom. 3-man in zone to Newsom. Can't find it. Steady hands. Now 4th and 10. Seattle's got to think about punting here. They don't. They don't even go shotgun, interestingly, here. You're not going to trust to get these 10 yards running. You have this huge pass rush. A Philadelphia defensive line from Erie. You just see him testing those percentages. Short pass, Bailey. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs, and Erie's looking good for a playoff berth here with the ball and a 10-point lead. Stepping away, right back. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. 3rd and 6. Important third down. Chance to push this out to a 3-score lead, roughly, excluding 2-pointers. Going to get 5 yards. 4th and 1. Norm Johnson, pretty strong from in here. It's going to pass on those points anyway, and also goes full house in the 13, which makes life in the flats a little bit more difficult, especially versus a decent free safety, who I believe is a 5. Yep. Line buck, men all over the place, guessed right. And can't get there. So Seattle takes over. A little bit more light for the Shurkin than they might otherwise have. 87 yards out from Pater, but they don't need a touchdown now on this drive. Set for Seattle. Against that 3-4. Got some chatter here. As we wait play call. Erie seems to be in a good mood. you might catch him in a bad mood every now and then. But with the 10-point lead and 8:42 left, looking good for the playoff prospects. Some jovial chat. 2nd and 1 after the run. Sure nobody's no hobby. Long pass, Stacey Bailey. Almost gets intercepted again. Third and 1. Pruitt in. Good right runner is Pruitt. Might see them go deep here. And he does. Long pass, Jackson. 0 is back there. Once again, hits that INT split. Brings up 4th and 1. Seattle will go. And they do. Set versus 3-4. Linebuck Pruitt. Looking for a yard. That nose tackle is going to make the play, and Erie takes over. Looking really good for a playoff run now. So, we'll take a look at the standings here. And again, there's more updated standings than you see here. Sorry. This will put Erie at 8. They already won versus their other game. which was South Florida. So that would put them in. I don't know if Preske's in or not. Arsenal, I believe, sits at 7-6. And Erie would enter that playoff group, and they're an interesting one because do you want to face that pass rush? You know, it's a tough pass rush to face, but nonetheless, because of Kenny Anderson, lack of a big running game, maybe they get selected early. It's hard to say. It kind of depends on matchups, I would say. Yeah, what scares me is the big quarterbacks. That's what scare me in this set because they throw a pick or two or fumble, whatever. If they can connect on a couple deep passes, it's tough to climb up from that. And 16 yards down to the 3. The fumble's recovered by Erie. Almost fumbled it back. 4th and 2. Something happened there. We had a containment. Sorry, it was 3rd and long. So 4th and 2. Similar predicament as the last 4th down, except less time on the clock. So it feels like you'd want to get those 3 points. Time matters. So to go down and get 2 touchdowns is a much tougher proposition inside of 6 minutes. Seattle will start with good field position out at the 38. 5 minutes left. Down 13. Certainly can't count this team out here in this situation. Touchdown would have been probably too much to overcome for Seattle, but they still have a shot here. Working the run. It's Abercrombie. Gets 9. 2nd and 1. Pass Newsom. 2 men back there. Incomplete. The great equalizer with the 2 men in zone D. Stick those zeros back there. Just as good as 2 6s. A flaw in the game, no doubt. 3rd and 1. It pushes it across for the first down to midfield. 3:36. Gonna work it short here. It's really the only way. But I think you're going to see 2 men every time. Another off tackle. Another 9. That's good. If you keep getting those +9s, you can run it all day. 2nd and 1. See, Abercrombie has other things. Including a 2 and a 4, which are far less helpful. Now down to the 37. Clock ticks to 2:42. Seattle takes their first time out. Which is an indication that we will not be seeing a run up the middle on this play. But we get it anyway, and Newsom can't make that block. Wow, what a wasted play that is. Short pass would have been the interception split, so I guess it works out from that perspective. 2nd and 10. Right back to Abercrombie. He hits that 9 yards again. 3rd and 1. Well, it's not going to help. Seattle buys one more play before the warning here, so they can run on this 3rd and 1. And they do. 2 yards. That's enough for the first down at the 2-minute warning. So with all the timeouts expended, it's touchdown and onside kick or bust for Seattle. Goes end run, gets out of bounds after picking up 7. To the 19. It's first down. Seeing that much flat action from Eason here. Thought we'd see a little bit more on this drive. It's back to Abercrombie, who just gets 2, 3rd and 1. Gonna have to spike it here? No, you don't spike. I guess you just hurry up. I mean, it doesn't. Time isn't that important for 7 seconds. So, yeah, it goes to the hurry up. 3rd and 1. Abercrombie hits his first fatigue level. Linebook draw gets 6, no fumble. To the 11. Oh, you spike. That's what he does. 2nd down and 10. From the 11, everything is working here. Good spot. The 11-yard line versus, say, the 9. Go short pass. Going to avoid the sack. It's got the offensive line to do it. Incomplete. 3rd down. 2 more shots left here. And I see my grill ticking up to 165, which is good. I want to get it to about 210 for the overnight. Blocking back shotgun versus a blitzing 3-3-5. Short pass Newsom. And he is in. Touchdown. Seattle. Critical extra point here for Raphael Seption. It's good. Here's the onside. And this is the season. If Erie can get it, they get the playoff berth. Here you go. Onside. Goes to... Who gets it? Erie gets it. And it's celebration time for Brian and his Erie squad, as they will head to the postseason. Nicely done, Brian. Nicely done. Had to win 3 or 4 in a row, and he does it. So congrats to Brian. We'll see him in the playoffs. Until then, everybody, have a good night.